Hey guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am your host, Nick Nack, coming at you once again this week from deep inside of the archive room of the Plastic Planet to go over a couple new acquisitions that I've recently picked up for the Plastic Planet. Some new collectibles that I've bought over the last couple weeks, I would say. Not a ton to show off, but some really fun stuff. It's been one of those summers. I have to admit. If you're a longtime subscriber of my channel or a regular viewer, you may note that I haven't been exactly showcasing a lot of new acquisitions on the channel as of late. Well, it's been one of those summers. Real life sometimes gets in the way of our collecting habits, as you probably know and understand as a collector. We've had a few setbacks this year, family-wise, and we also had a setback as far as our air conditioning goes. And there's a few things you can live without. I'm sorry, I'm not a barbarian. I can't live without AC, man. No freaking way. So yes, there are priorities other than collectibles, as I'm sure you understand. So I haven't had a lot of opportunities, and my budget hasn't quite allowed me to be able to collect at the rate that I usually enjoy collecting at. But that's okay. That's okay. It's been a good time to reevaluate some of my buying habits and some of my purchases, and so things have kind of scaled down just a little bit here in the Plastic Planet, but I'm imagining in the near future they're going to start picking back up again. So stick around, because I do believe I will have some pretty fun stuff coming in the next few weeks to the next couple of months. So there is stuff to look forward to. But nevertheless, I do have some cool shit to show off to you guys today, right here in the archive room of the Plastic Planet, and it is some really fun stuff. So let's get to it. All right.
Next, Plastic Planet. With your host, it's Nick Nack.
So first on the list is actually a thrift store find that my loving wife picked up for me recently at the thrift store, and for only $1. I think she only paid $1 for this. Look at this. This is vintage, and I mean vintage. I mean this is from 1981, 1982. It is a PacMan coloring book / activity book, and it is pristine. I mean, it looks like it's been colored, but no, that was actually that's actually the way it's supposed to be, which is kind of weird. It's not really, kind of takes the fun out of coloring, doesn't it, when they color in the best parts. But nevertheless, this is just really cool. I just kind of dig having this kind of stuff. This really takes me back to being right around first grade. PacMan was the thing for me in the first grade. I love PacMan. There wasn't a notebook or any kind of like a steno or anything that I had that wasn't ablazed with PacMan mazes doodled on them, and ghosts and power pellets and whatnot. So this is really fun. Obviously I'm never going to fill out this activity book or color it, but it is actually really, really cool. And for 50 cents at the thrift store in immaculate condition, this is just a treasure from the past, no doubt. So that's first on our list. Pretty cool, nice little PacMan activity book. Awesome. Thank you, baby. I'm talking to my wife, not you guys. So, babe, thank you. When I said thank you, baby, it was my wife. Not, you guys are cool, but we're not. We're not that close, right? Alrighty, well, speaking of PacMan, next on my list is I got another one of these, and I showed off the regular PacMan version of this more than a couple videos back, but nevertheless, I got another one of these. I found these at Walmart in the video game section, kind of up by the plug and plays. Really, really cool. It's supposed to be a keychain, but it is. And I mean, as I said when I showed off the PacMan one, would you really want to put this in your jeans pocket? I mean, that's a scrote puncher if I ever saw one. But anyway, no, it is really cool because I mean, look at that. It is the freaking game in there. I mean, that is amazing. It is just amazing to me how they can fit a video game, and I don't care if it was made in 1982, inside of something so small now. It just is absolutely amazing to me. The sound effects are, really, really dead on. Yeah, this thing is just absolutely awesome. Yeah, so anyway, if you don't have any of these and you're a really old school retro gamer fan like me, man, you got to pick these up because these things are awesome. Like I said, I have the regular PacMan upstairs. Now I have Miss PacMan as well. I think they had Space Invaders and another game that's I'm not recalling right now what it was. It was like Galaga maybe. But anyway, nevertheless, yeah, these are really, really fun little pieces. And you know, they even get the cabinet art really pretty accurate. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. And you'll note that the top placard or marquee lights up. That is so cool. That is just so cool. I'm sorry. Some things just like, few things just like, you know, just like make my head explode with coolness, and these are one of them. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just really, really cool. Alrighty, well, next on our list, you'll recall more than a few months ago, well, maybe about 2 months ago, Uncle Pat and I went on an evening putz run. That's what we call our toy hunts, putz runs. Oh shit! Look at that,
Holy
dude.
shit! Snarl!
So we went on a toy hunt, and I picked up, and I did manage to find this Snarl at Target that night. And at that point, the Snarl from the Power of the Primes line, I hadn't seen it retail, and I don't think I've seen him since. So picked him up. He was in robot mode in that video, in the package. So here he is in dinosaur mode. Just kind of wanted to show that off. Look how cool he looks. What a great freaking piece. And just to give you guys some scale, I actually never had Snarl. I should say I never had Snarl in the G1 line. I still don't. So this was kind of cool to me to pick him up. And here he is next to my original G1 Slag from back in the day. So you can kind of see the scaling there. I mean, it kind of fits. I mean, you could put these two on a shelf together, I would think. You know, if you're not a total purist, I think they'd look pretty nice together. So anyway, so that's what he looks like next to a genuine G1 Dinobot. In this case happens to be Slag. So just want to show that off a little bit. I just think that's really freaking cool. Yeah, so very cool, right? Alrighty, so next on our list is Gallimimus. Look at this. This is pretty sweet. This is from the second wave of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom dinosaurs / action figures that came out. Found this one again in that video that I made with Uncle Pat a couple months back. And I haven't opened him yet, so you know what? Let's go ahead and get him out of the box. I mean, why not? He needs to get up in my display area, and I need to show him. Ow, that kind of hurt. It's like, I'm really raw dogging this, getting this package open. Ow, that hurts. So anyway, let's get this guy open so you guys can see him. Rip this shit open, man. There we go. That was easy. So yeah, look at that. Look at the detail. Look at the coloring on this guy. That is so cool. I really dig these Mattel dinosaurs for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. They look absolutely fantastic. Look at the movement on his neck. I kind of showed that off when we first bought him back in that video with Uncle Pat. I forget what transmission number that was. I'll put that on the screen so you can go back and see that fun toy hunt we went on. But nevertheless, look at that. Look at how fluid that is. That just looks awesome. They've done such a nice job with this. I think if you press down on his sail, actually. Yeah, look at that. Oh, he kind of snaps. Look at that, like he's getting a fish out of the water. Snap. That's so cool. That is awesome. So anyway, yeah, so that is the Gallimimus. Really cool. He's going to go up in my Jurassic World Jurassic Park diorama I have down here in the archive room. He'll be a welcome addition to that. Looking really nice. I just really dig the coloring on him. Like I said before, the kind of the teal and the green. Just look at the eyes. I mean, that looks like a freaking dinosaur, doesn't it? Oh my god. I mean, that's like nightmare fuel right there. So freaking awesome. Alrighty, now let's talk Mego for a little bit, guys. Now I picked these up again on that really nice toy hunt from 2 months back with Uncle Pat. These Mego action figures that are in the stores now. I found these at Target. They come. I mean, there's several different Megos you can buy, man. They've got some really cool retro obsolete shit. I mean, we're talking Fonzie and all kinds of shit. But anyway, I went with the Star Trek, and I gotta admit, I mean, if they're gonna release Star Trek figures, these are like the least two figures I'd want to buy. Is Sulu and Chekhov. I mean, these are like the last ones I'd buy if I was collecting them, and they were the whole bridge crew was out. I mean, you know, give me Kirk, give me Spock, give me Bones. Yeah, I know they have a Kirk and Spock, but they're from the Mirror Universe episode, and that's a great classic episode. Don't get me wrong. I really want them in their their regular bridge uniforms, so I can get these all together. But nevertheless, I fired these up because my hope is eventually they will have all of the bridge officers available, including Scotty and Uhura and whatnot. So anyway, so I did fire these up. Haven't opened them yet, and you know what? Let's open one. You know, why not? Let's open them. You know, I know that there's a collector appeal to keeping something like this in the packaging, but let's get real. These aren't going to be worth, you know, $50,000 in 20 years for being on the card, because everyone keeps them on the card. So I'm going to open them right now. Let's do it. Throw that shit away. Yeah. This feels good. This feels good, man. This feels good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's nice. It's nice. It's a nice little action figure. There's Sulu for you. Yeah, look at that. There he is. Very cool. And I do like how his accessories are real bland. I mean, there's his phaser and his tricorder. And looks like he's got a communicator in his belt here. But I do like how they're really bland. It really captures the retro feel of the original Mego line. Really, really cool. So yeah, these guys are going to look great on a shelf. And once again, I really can't wait until I can get the entire bridge crew. So these guys aren't lonely. And these guys are kind of the lamest characters on the show, in my opinion. I'm a real big original series fan. And I was never a huge fan of Chekhov. Sulu was okay, but Chekhov was always my least favorite character. Especially when in season 2, he wasn't in the first season of Star Trek, but he was debuted in season 2, and at the time in season 2 they put a giant wig on him, and Walter Koenig just looked ridiculous. But nevertheless, the wig isn't really represented here. It really doesn't look like Chekhov actually, but it is supposed to be Amigo, so we aren't gonna dock them for lack of likeness. But nevertheless, really cool figures. Again, I did dig the retro accessories, the light teal blue or whatever that is. That just fits. And look how I love how the Starkly emblem kind of shines there. Really, really cool. So there are these two. Yeah, I mean, not much to write home about. For only $14 each, you really can't go wrong. So looking forward to hopefully more of these in the future, because if they just strand me with these two lame asses, I'm going to be kind of pissed. Alrighty, so next on our list, I've got a great deal of Superman items to show off to you guys. I do this with some degree of trepidation and stress, as this was the week that the rumor came out that Henry Cavill may be hanging it up as Superman, and Warner Brothers / DC may be moving on from him. And I gotta just tell you, that would be a freaking crime. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. He has really grown on me. I will admit, when I first saw Man of Steel in theaters, when it came out more than a few years ago now, I really wasn't in love with the film at first, because I was such a purist for the Richard Donner original Superman that came out in 1978 or 79, and I was such a purist for that film that this was such kind of a removal from that I kind of balked at that film at first. But as I've seen it in subsequent viewings, it just gets better and better and better for me. I really kind of see where they were going with it. I really, really dug the way the way that film was set up. And you know what? And I know Batman vs Superman gets a lot of hate. I actually kind of like that movie as well. I didn't hate on that movie. It could have been better, but it wasn't. It was pretty good. And then of course Justice League, I really liked, and I really of course liked the end when Superman came back and just laid down a big can of whoop ass. That's the way it should be. And then of course in the credits with Superman and the Flash racing and just the lightheartedness of it, it felt like it finally come full circle, and that Henry Cavill had really come into his own as the Man of Steel and was really owning that part now, just in the same way that Christopher Reeve did back in the late 70s and early 80s. So it would be a crime at this point for them to do away with him as Superman, I believe. So I'm hoping that's false. I'm hoping that I mean, they can do other versions of Superman and keep Henry Cavill, because of course DC does exist in a multiverse as it would be. And so yeah. Anyway. Alrighty, so first of all, I did get a Blu-ray. I checked this film out a couple weeks ago. This, of course, is The Death of Superman. And this is, of course, the newest DC animated film, which came out in direct-to-video. I gotta say, if you haven't, and I'm sure you have, if you're a DC fan, you gotta love these direct-to-video animated films that DC does. I mean, for all the shit that DC gets for its live-action films, their animated studios just keep knocking it out of the freaking park again and again and again. And this film is no exception. It is really, really good. My only, kind of disappointment with it is they kind of went with the new 52 stylization, like this Superman here. I'm not really a big fan of this particular rendition of Superman, particularly the costume. I don't like the collar. Yeah, I mean, it looks a little more like little more of an anime stylization than other versions. So I'm not a huge fan of this particular costume, but nevertheless, the film itself is really, really good. If you haven't picked up a copy, or if you could borrow one from someone or whatnot, I highly recommend this film. Really fun film. And yeah, it really kind of, I read the original Death of Superman comic back in the 90s, and this kind of captures that essence in a sense, but it does make it its own. It's not an exact replica of that comic. And it, unlike the comic, this one actually brings in the primary members of the Justice League. The comic book of the Death of Superman, was you're getting a lot of secondary characters like Power Girl and Guy Gardner. In this particular one, you get Batman, you get Wonder Woman, and you get to see all of them taking on Doomsday, and that was really, really, really cool. The Flash, the Cyborg. I mean, the primary characters. So that was really, really cool to see. So yeah, I do recommend this film. Alrighty, next on the list, and this is something I picked up, a couple months back, more than a couple months back, and I showed it in an intro to one of my videos, but I haven't unboxed him yet, so I'm going to do that tonight, and that is, of course, the DC Multiverse Superman, and this is, of course, from the Rebirth, DC Rebirth's comics, so looking really, really good. This is sort of after they've gone away from the New 52. You get the Rebirth version, which I really like this version a lot more. I am one of those weirdos that I actually really, really was like kind of upset when they went away from Superman shorts, or people call them his underwear, whatever. When they went away with the shorts, because that's, to me, that's just part of the costume. It's iconic. And I was like, even in the Man of Steel film, when he didn't have his shorts on, it just didn't look right to me. But this is pretty good. That look has grown on me over the years. This is actually, I actually really do dig this particular look of this Superman. And you know what? I'm going to unbox this for you guys. I'm going to take this out of the box right now. And it's a nice box. It's a nice box. This is a mass retail item. I've seen these at Targets and maybe at Walmart. So yeah, we're going to take this out of the box though and check it out. And it's unfortunate because it has a Build-A-Figure piece in there. But to me, the figures that you have to get in order to build the Build-A-Figure, which of course is Clayface, which would be really, really cool. Look at that Clayface. He's awesome, right? But look at the figures you got to get. Yeah, I'm not digging on any of these figures. Not one. Batgirl, some Green Lantern chick. The Two-Face would be cool. And then of course, you got Martian Manhunter right there, I think. Anyway, that would be cool. But the other, again, for $20 a pop, nah, that's a lot of money. But I would love to build that. Eventually, at one point, get a Build-A-Figure and put it all together. That would be really cool. I've never done that, but I don't think this is going to be the first time I do that. So anyway, let's just open him up. Oh, he looks good. Actually, this is really cool. Look at the back. Oh, look at this figure. This is great. What a great looking Superman. So there he is. Look at that. That's really cool. And then of course, look at the back. I love the yellow. See, that's the one reason I don't like the new 52 as much either, is because it's got the black S on the back. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why bright colors are such a crime in this day and age. I love the yellow. Superman should be bright and flamboyant to a degree. I really dig that. Look at that figure. That is really, really cool. So yeah, that's cool. And then of course he comes with some different hands variations here, which I'm not gonna be able to get out on camera. I gotta cut those out. I don't want to break them. But he comes with some in-flight hands there. So that's really cool. What a great looking figure. And then of course, man, look how cool this would be if you could collect all these. I mean, that's his fist. That's Clayface's fist. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. But anyway, really, really cool. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, so there he is. There's the figure, though. Again, I really dig that. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. I'll just put him right there. Although, look at that. I didn't notice that before. Look, his boots are blue. He's all blue. I didn't notice that. I mean, I kind of like the red boots. I'm sorry. With the blue boots, it looks like he's wearing jammies. Yeah. I mean, I guess he's got some red. There's some red highlighting there. But yeah, that's my only complaint there. I really don't dig that in this costume. But nevertheless, still looking really good. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, I was at my local comic book store today, and I don't do a lot of filming when I'm out and about. I don't really like to film when I'm in public. I'll do it once in a while if it's something really special and unique, and I feel like you guys would benefit from seeing it if I'm like at a trade show or some kind of convention or at a rare antique store that's only available here. But when it comes to like going into places where mass collectibles are being featured, so I tend to shy away from filming inside of big box stores and stuff like that. But nevertheless, I did pick up this guy at my local comic book store. it's a new wave. It's a new wave of DC Essentials. Look at this Superman. I found this and I just had to get him. And look how awesome that is. And it comes with the wave he comes with has an Aquaman, a Brainiac, and a Black Manta. And it looks absolutely amazing. There was another guy in there that was actually buying the whole wave but didn't have the Superman because I had picked it up first. And part of me was like, almost felt like I should give him the Superman because it was obviously more important to him than it was for me to have the entire wave at that point. But fortunately, they found another one on the shelf for him, so I didn't have to give up mine. Not that I was going to, honestly. But I thought about it. And that's all that matters, is I thought about doing a good deed. Whether or not I was actually going to do that good deed, that doesn't matter. I thought about it. So I'm a good person. But nevertheless, yeah, this is a really, really cool figure. This DC Essentials. Yeah, I'm gonna open him up for you guys tonight. I'm not even gonna waste any time keeping him in the box. I'm really excited to see this one out of the box. Alright, so sorry, I went ahead and paused the video. I don't think you guys wanted to watch me undo twist ties. I don't think that would make really good YouTube. But nevertheless, wow, I am impressed. I love this figure. This was a little more of a premium figure. These DC Essentials can run anywhere between $20 and $30. I think I paid $25 for mine at the comic book store here in town. But again, I really love this figure. There's so many different points of articulation on him. And he looks really, really good. I just love the classic look of Superman. This is my wheelhouse for the Man of Steel. I mean, like I said before, the Man of Steel DC Films version of Superman, Henry Cavill, has really grown on me. But when the rubber hits the road, guys, this is where I'm at. I absolutely love the almost baby blue and the bright red and the bright yellow on him. Looks really, really awesome. My only complaint is there's no S on the back. That's kind of a bummer. I really dig that. Like this one here, the Multiverse version that's available in mass retail. So here these two are together. If you'd like to check that out, really, really cool though. I'm really digging all these. So these were all really, really, really good acquisitions, in my opinion. Alrighty guys, well that's going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. I hope you've enjoyed this little micro tour of a few of my recent acquisitions. Some of these I bought actually more than 1 or 2 months ago. So, you know what, it's been a little bit of a collecting drought for me personally, which kind of sucks because this is the time when I'm running a YouTube channel. And but you know, life happens sometimes, and I just haven't been able to collect the level that I like to collect at, as I mentioned earlier in the video. A new air conditioning fan motor, setting it back $600 will do that. And, you know, also we've had some other things go on in the family. We did have a death in the family about 3 months ago, and that kind of froze up a lot of our assets. And so it's kind of hard to validate, you know, walking in the door or having a new Hot Toys figure delivered to your house that costs $250 when your wife is going through a kind of a tough time. So that's the reason why I haven't been showing off a lot of new acquisitions, which kind of sucks. But you know what, life happens, and sometimes you just have to suck those things up. Unfortunately, though, as a consequence of that, I kind of feel like, you know what, my subscriber count has been rather flat here on the Plastic Planet because I am showing off older stuff that is not exactly things that people are actively searching for, and so people aren't finding the Plastic Planet as well as I would hope they would. So as my viewers, as my loyal subscribers, if you guys could share the Plastic Planet, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. You know, let someone know who's a like-minded individual. If you think they would enjoy this sort of content, you know, get them on to us. Let them know about what we do here. I think we have a great time. I think I have a great channel here. Been on for almost a year, and I'm pretty consistent in plugging new material. Even if I don't have new stuff to show off, I always have a large archive room of old stuff to show off, which is also pretty damn fun to look at as well. So I would really appreciate that. I mean, like I said, like-minded individuals. I mean, no, you don't probably want to show off the Plastic Planet to your father-in-law who's a avid hunter and goes out every weekend and shoots shit in the head and thinks that, you know, toys are for pussies. Probably don't want to bring him onto the Plastic Planet. But you know, maybe that other friend you have who lives at home with his mom and dad and has a basement full of plastic crap, he's right in our wheelhouse. We would love to have him or her on the Plastic Planet with us as well. So yes, please do share if you feel like someone might enjoy this particular content. I would personally appreciate that. Not that I don't value and treasure each and every one of my subscribers, and especially my super subscribers. I mentioned you guys before, the people who are consistently commenting every single week. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. I didn't put together a list, otherwise I'd give you guys shout outs right now. But I don't want to miss anyone, so I'm not gonna do shout outs at this moment. But I really value you guys. You guys know who you are, and you guys make me want to do these videos each and every week. Because you know what, I try to bring a little bit more to my vids. I try, I do a lot of editing. I do 4 or 5 levels of editing work on my videos. And it does take a lot of time to put out a video each and every week, and I try to do 2. And it's you guys that keep me motivated to do that, because if it wasn't for your kind words each and every week on my videos, I might have lost steam on this, honestly. But it's because of you guys that I keep going every week, and I want to keep bringing you guys good stuff. But I also want to see the channel grow as well, as I'm sure you guys can understand. So anyway, like I said, all right, well, that's enough of that. But anyway, so that's going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. If I haven't already said enough, please do subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And check us out on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I post pics of the Plastic Planet, collection stuff, and damn, my throat is just like cotton right now. Oh, man, thank you, yeah. No, yeah, so check us out on Instagram. A lot of great stuff on there. I do show pics of the Plastic Planet, behind-the-scenes stuff, really fun stuff. And I'm on Facebook. I do put a post on Facebook every now and then. I will not spam you. It's not a lot. But, yeah, go ahead. Check us out on Facebook. Look us up, Knickknacks Plastic Planet. Give us a like, and you won't miss a thing. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap things up. I'll be back later in the week, I promise you guys, with what looks like probably be another Hot Toys Hump Day. Yeah, we've been doing that for, oh God, almost 7-8 weeks now. So yeah, I'll probably be bringing you one of those real soon. All right, guys, till next time. Love you. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and unbox this for you guys. I always keep my handy dandy switchblade down here. Wacha! I love this thing. If I've ever told you guys the story about this switchblade my mom bought me in Mexico, in La Ciudad de Juarez back in the day. And it was a lot safer back in the late 80s, I think, to go to the border towns in Mexico than it might be today. So anyway, so I got this switchblade back when I was 13 years old, and I actually named it April. And I named it April after a girl I had a crush on in my class. Kind of weird, right? I named all my prized possessions back in the day after girls I had a crush on. I had a mountain bike named Dina and a switchblade named April. So I don't know. That's kind of misogynistic, right? That's kind of a little weird creep. But anyway, that's not here nor there. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. It's gonna be awesome with April the switchblade.